Trains in day 16 of 25 Days of Christmas with TJ 2024. Yesterday we got to take a look at probably one of the coolest trains that I've put together this series so far. That was with my 3 NS engines and that entire long consist of modern rolling stock, led up by the depressed flat car with the transformer on it. I kept calling it a generator yesterday, but it's actually a transformer for any of those that are curious. It is just kind of funny to see how one car can inspire putting together an entire train. And it is lucky in the fact that I did kind of already have most of it. But it is still fun to be able to model things you see in real life, especially with some good friends, and, you know, help keep that memory going. And for today, we are going to dive into our very last of the year modern day video. This engines actually, and train is something that I've been working on for a while. It's actually the first time I've put it all together. It's not all complete. There's still some things I need to do to this train, but again, we're kind of in the time to do train projects, so hopefully it'll get done soon. Over the summer, it's hard for me to spend a lot of time on train projects, although I try to do it as much as I can in the evenings, the weekends. But today's train, like I said, it's 2 repeats, but if you haven't caught on to the theme, they've been worked over a little bit or upgraded, in my opinion. And we'll dive into those now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 17. So, as you can see, we are looking at some CSX again. This is a pair of YN2 engines that I've had. The lead engine is my wide cab -8. This engine has been around for a few years. It was a Christmas present from my wife a couple years back. And the trailing engine is the AC 4400 that I got in Florida last year from our good friend Brad. Both of which I've been able to put fixed pilots on, extended the handrails, kadees. The lead engine here, the -8, does have an aftermarket snowplow. Again, I think that just really dresses up the front end and makes the model that much nicer. Now, the cool thing that I've never really touched on in the past about this lead engine is when I first got it and I really first started getting into modeling, I started looking up the real life prototypes and looking at where it's been on the system. And believe it or not, I actually found a photo of this engine on the line that goes from Monroe to Charlotte, North Carolina, which goes through my hometown. And there was a photo of it in January of '09, which was a massive snowstorm that we had actually gotten, surprisingly. And it went through the town that I grew up in during a snowstorm that we were off school from. And I rode my bike that day into town and was looking at trains. So there's ever so large likelihood that I actually did see this engine go through my hometown in a snowstorm on a snow day from school. So I think that's pretty cool. I do have plans of eventually weathering this. I just don't know really the direction I want to go with it, and I don't want to just jump into it willy-nilly. I really would like to just think about this one before I do it, because it does mean a lot to me. Now let's go ahead and pull it forward. So for the second engine, this is a MTH Premier AC 4400. This one, like I said, did come from Florida from our good friend Brad. And when I saw that this one was available, I had to have it. I had always wanted a powered AC 4400 for CSX and YN2. And this one being 295, cab number has a very interesting reason why I wanted it. I'm actually born February of 1995, so 295 was just perfect for me. And the other cool thing about it, this one does say on the front of the nose, right there before the stripe, Spirit of the Clinchfield. Now, for those that don't really know, this one was actually wrecked. It got repainted, so it's no longer the Spirit of Clinchfield. But what turned out to be kind of an interesting point here for us locally, the Clinchfield that was going through Tennessee into North Carolina was ravaged by Hurricane Helene, and they're currently in the process of repairing that line. So in a sense, now this engine for me kind of pays homage to the spirit of the people from there, the railroad, the tenacity, and the resolve to be able to withstand such a tragedy and come back from it and rebuild. So that's another reason why I think this engine's really special and wanted to be shared. Is it's the spirit, in my sense, the way I can honor the people from that area, and hopefully, like I said before the beginning of the series, we got to keep those people in our thoughts and prayers going forward this season. It's unimaginable the things that they're going through, and hopefully something happens for them and their Christmas can still be a little warm and a little bright. But as I said, this engine is one of the favorites. This is what we're going to end off the year with in modern, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for day 16 with a little special surprise.